What if I told you there's a city where cobblestone streets whisper tales of revolution, where golden autumn leaves drift through sleek urban towers, and where every turn leads you into a new chapter of American history, a city that feels timeless, alive, and deeply intimate? Welcome to the city of Boston. Here, on the banks of the Charles River and along the Atlantic coast, you'll find a place where historic red brick meets modern glass, where neighborhoods feel like stories and each street corner feels like part of a dream. Boston is not just worth exploring, it's worth feeling. From the echoing footfalls on the Freedom Trail, to the warm glow of cafe lights in Beacon Hill, to the gentle waves lapping the shores of the harbor at dusk, this city invites you in. It seduces with culture, charm, and an enduring spirit of innovation. It's a place where every moment feels like it matters. In this video, we'll take you through the top 10 most beautiful places in Boston, starting from number 10 and climbing up to number 1. Each destination will unfold like a scene in a film, rich in sensory detail, layered with emotion, and alive with possibility. Strap in and let the city of Boston reveal itself. Public Garden. Picture this. You stroll through an iron gate and enter a lush green oasis in the heart of the city. The breeze carries the scent of tulips and fresh lawn, the soft quack of swans gliding across the pond. The Public Garden is Boston's elegant heart, a place where Victorian fountains sparkle in sunlight and the ornate swan boats drift beneath drooping willow branches. The reflections of city skyscrapers ripple in the gentle water as you walk the curved pathways lined with flower beds ablaze with color. Children laugh on the bridges, lovers pause to take a photo, and just beyond you hear the distant hum of traffic, reminding you that you are still in the pulse of the city. Yet here you feel timeless. 9. Acorn Street, Beacon Hill. Winding into the heart of historic Beacon Hill, you come upon one of America's most picturesque alleys, Acorn Street. The slender brick houses hug the cobblestone lane, window boxes spilling ivy, gas lamps gently flickering as dusk falls. You hear your footsteps on the ancient stones, smell the hearty aroma of a bakery just around the corner, and sense that you've stepped into a live-in postcard. The wrought iron fence, the iconic red door at number 3, the perfect symmetry of shutters, it's all part of the charm. And because it's tucked away, it feels like a secret you've discovered. And just when you think it can't get any better. 8. Boston Common. Imagine the grass under your feet, the wide open sky above, and the skyline of Boston stretching behind you. Boston Common is the city's oldest public park, a space where the bustle of urban life meets the tranquility of nature. You might see joggers passing by, families picnicking, or someone reading a book beneath a tree. Season by season, winter brings the ice skating rink, spring the cherry blossoms, autumn the fiery leaves. The museum-like calm of the park contrasts beautifully with the energy of nearby streets. You hear distant traffic, but inside this green rectangle you almost forget you're in a major city. This is where Bostonians simply exhale. 7. North End. Now we're winding into one of Boston's most vibrant neighborhoods, the North End, where history, food, and flavor swirl together. The narrow lanes are lined with red brick buildings, hanging laundry, tiny Italian cafes that seem to glow golden at twilight. You inhale the aroma of fresh basil, wood-fired pizza, and espresso on the air. The sound of laughter and conversation drifts from open windows. You might spot the historic Paul Revere house or peek into a tucked-away pastry shop offering cannolis that melt in your mouth. The sea breeze from the nearby harbor teases your senses. It's old-world charm alive and throbbing amid city streets. But wait till you see the next one, it's straight out of a fairy tale. 6. Beacon Hill. Stepping into Beacon Hill is like entering another era. The gaslit lanterns, narrow sidewalks, and graceful houses with their parallel stair railings invite you to pause. You'll stroll through tree-lined Lewisburg Square or along Charles Street, where antique shop windows shine and the cafe terrace invites a slow cappuccino. Feel the chill of early morning dew on the rolling hill, hear the distant clip-clop of a carriage ride passing by, and catch a glimpse of window silhouettes behind golden light, each home a story unto itself. Here, each step is a moment, each corner a memory waiting to be made. 5. Boston Harbor Walk. The wind off the water, the distant cry of gulls, the glint of sunlight on waves, the Boston Harbor Walk embraces you with open arms. As you pace along the waterfront, you'll see sailboats drifting lazily, the skyline shimmering across the water, and historic ships moored in calm harbor inlets. The salty air mixes with the faint thrum of engines, laughter from cafe terraces, and children pointing at lobsters in market windows. The boardwalk tiles are warm beneath your shoes during a summer's dusk, or crisp and clear on a brisk autumn morning. There's something endlessly freeing about walking where land meets sea, and Boston's harbor is one of the city's purest breaths of fresh air. 4. Cambridge Side, the Charles River, and Harvard Bridge. Cross the famous Harvard Bridge and you'll find yourself in a neighborhood where minds meet water and the city's pulse slows into reflection. The Charles River sparkles under the glow of the bridge lights, rowers glide silently in their boats at dawn, and oak trees arch overhead. On one bank there's the skyline of Boston, on the other a quieter world of student chatter, chalked-in paths, and brick facades. You'll feel a gentle sway beneath your feet as you cross the bridge, hear the distant cheers of a regatta, and smell the crisp tang of river and city melding. This is a bridge between worlds, between the heritage of Boston and the innovation of tomorrow. 3. Freedom Trail. Imagine walking through time, one footstep after another, tracing the footsteps of patriots, revolutionaries, and everyday people who changed history. The Freedom Trail winds you through narrow lanes and public squares, past red brick churches, the iconic Old State House, and historic meeting houses whose stones have heard the thunder of freedoms proclaimed. You might feel the roughness of centuries-old bricks beneath your fingertips, hear the echoes of speeches long gone, and see the modern city humming just beyond the colonial facade. Here, the world of 1776 and the world of 2025 collide. It's the living story of America, and you are walking through it. And coming up next, the top 2 will take your breath away. 2. Seaport District. The Seaport District is Boston's bold, modern heartbeat. Glass towers rise against the skyline like musical notes, harbor waves lap at the docks lit by LED lights, and the hum of creativity buzzes in every cafe, gallery, and rooftop lounge. As evening falls, you'll find yourself on the edge of the water, the city lights shimmering like stars in reflection. Taste the crisp air flavored with salt and possibility. Hear the laughter of friends gathered on terraces. Feel the pulse of live music drifting from one bar to the next. This is where Boston imagines the future, vibrant, bold, and utterly alive. 1. Back Bay. And here we are at number 1, Back Bay. A neighborhood that might just steal your heart. Picture broad avenues lined with stylish brownstones, the glistening spire of the iconic Trinity Church reaching up into the sky, and the emerald expanse of the Commonwealth Avenue Mall where trees form a leafy arch over your path. At dusk, the sun pours golden light on the elegant facades, long shadows stretch across the lawn, and you hear the mellow chime of church bells mingled with distant city hum. The air tastes like early evening, cool, crisp, and full of promise. Whether you wander into one of the many boutique stores on Newbury Street, stop for a latte at a window cafe, or lean against the railing overlooking the river, you feel the pulse of Boston's soul here, historic yet fresh, intimate yet grand. Back Bay is beauty in every brick, every light, every moment paused in time. Boston is more than a city, it's a story unfolding. From the tranquil gardens and cobblestone alleys to the powerful currents of history and the shimmering edges of harbor and glass, we've traveled through moments of stillness, thrill, reflection, and awe. Each of these 10 places carries its own melody, its own scent, its own whisper of what it means to feel alive in a place. Whether you wander the stone paths of the Freedom Trail or watch the sunlight dance off the high rises of the Seaport, remember this. Travel isn't just about the destinations, it's about the way they change you. Boston reminds us that beauty can be woven into every corner of a city, if you only slow down enough to listen, breathe, and open your heart. So pack your curiosity, your sense of wonder, and go forth. Because the next beautiful place awaits, and maybe, just maybe, that place will change you more than you ever imagined. No matter where you travel, remember, every journey begins with a single step.